lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. So, redoing my hair and things. Get ready before you start camera roll, Cara, that would be a good idea. So here I am ready for part 2 of my recent more makes. Great English there. If you joined me in part 1, thank you very much. If you haven't had a chance to watch part 1, pop over, I'll pop a link here somewhere and see what else I've been up to. Because I had a great time making a lot of things recently, which has just been lovely. So this half, I look that way because my ironing board is lovingly piled with some makes. I don't think it's quite as much in this half as the footage as there was in the first, but there's some unusual things in here. One of which is it's gonna be a nightmare to show you, but I'll explain in a minute. So let's just crack on with it, I think. So, remember I had a piece of Atelier Brunette fabric sitting in my stash for the longest amount of time. Not a huge amount of it there, I don't think. It was a remnant from Lamazi Fabrics years ago. Probably about 1.5 meters, I think, something like that. Now Lamazi, Atelier Brunette fabrics are an investment piece. But it sat in my stash for such a long time that I'm like, you have to use this fabric, don't buy it and not use it, that's just crazy. So when the Norma Blouse came along, I actually downloaded the Norma Blouse from Fibre Mood Patterns back in the first lockdown, I think it was. Fibre Mood were very generously doing a sort of a free pattern a month, I think it was, something like that. So that people had something to occupy their time during lockdown, and the Norma Blouse came along then. Now I'm quite often I see a pattern when it first comes out and think, yeah, not for me, not my cup of tea. And then months later, way after everyone else has made loads, I'm like, oh, I need a Norma Blouse in my life. So I don't know if that happens to any of you, but it happens to me a lot. I'm just feeling that way about Lyra right now. I've not made a wilder blouse, but I really like the idea of it. So there's a few patterns like that where everyone else goes really mental on those patterns, but I haven't. But I have made a Norma Blouse and it's here. Now I've left it on the hanger. So this is the Atelier Brunette. I think it's still a current design. You certainly can. I've seen it for sale in places. Do you know? I don't think I've got a picture of me in it actually. So I need to edit that in later. I don't think I've taken a picture of me in this yet. So the Norma Blouse is got these lovely sort of puff sleeved. It is quite a cropped length, or I say cropped. It comes to the top of just below my waistband, or yeah, so just below my natural waist, I think. Got this lovely V neck here, and then it has got a button placket which you create by just folding over the pattern piece. It's not a separate oh no, actually no, I've told a lie. It's actually got a facing. So yes, it's got a facing that goes all the way around the neckline and down the front of the button placket. I won these these are made of olive wood. I won these, it's got to be 2 years ago now, wow. Sewing in Spain was doing a competition and I won some buttons from her stash, which is really sweet. And I thought they just contrasted really nicely with the navy here. Now, I gotta tell you, and I do need to put some pictures in, so I will. I struggled with the fit of this. I made it and it was absolutely enormous, huge, and that doesn't happen to me a huge amount, I don't think, but I couldn't get the sides was really long, the sleeves are enormous. Now in the pictures, I'm sure the sleeves came to sort of here and sort of had a cuff on them, but I don't think I read the instructions wrong. There is a cuff piece, but it's very, very small. And for me did absolutely nothing in terms of, maybe I have got small tops of arms, I don't know, because I had the same issue with the Galaxy t-shirt, didn't I? But it just did nothing for me at all. So I ended up hacking this a lot, which is a travesty in such lovely fabric. But I have adapted the pattern. The other thing I'd say is the V is really low on me. so when I've got it with the seam on the shoulder, sitting on the shoulder, I need to wear a camisole, which again in the pictures I can't figure out how that's happened. Oh, no, I can't. I don't know. I'm not sure what I've done there. So all in all, I'm a bit meh about it because I don't really want to have to wear a camisole underneath it. Although I have, and I have worn it this week. I also find that it slips forward quite a lot and therefore is quite revealing at the front, especially another need to wear the camisole. How I resolved the cuffs was I actually inserted some elastic, not very much, and all I did there was hack into the cuff, I think you'd call that, and then insert some elastic and then sew it back down again, which has made it wearable, but not my favourite lovable, if I'm honest. And I'm really disappointed because I was looking for sort of tops and blouse patterns that I can make from just over 1 metre that I can use then from those lovely Felicity fabrics that I got from their bundle sale. So it looks really lovely with jeans and things. I will commit to take a photo so that I can show you that, so you can see what I mean. The length is quite nice. It's an unusual length for a blouse, so I can't tuck this in. I don't think it just sits out. I did cheat. This isn't a full button placket, so I haven't done buttonholes or anything here. I've stitched this close and then sewed the buttons on because it goes over your head very, very easily. So my advice is, unless you really want to do buttons, don't need to, and it looks just as effective. I really like the idea of the buttons there. So that's my first make, the Norma Blouse by Fibre Mood, and that's out of an Atelier Brunette fabric I had in my stash. I am, oh, hang on a sec. Just dropped that on the floor. I'm fortunate enough to live reasonably close to a lovely little village called Rye, really quaint village, and that's actually the home of Merchant Mills, who I'm sure many of you have heard of. Merchant Mills have got a wonderful range of patterns, but they also sell the most exquisite range of natural fibre fabrics, so predominantly linen and cotton and canvas, denim, some iCat fabrics, just stunning, really beautiful. And their shop, they were somewhere else in Rye, I believe, then they moved to somewhere else, which was more like a holding building, if you like, and they converted one of the original sort of shop fronts in Rye. I think they're only open at the weekends at the moment, but it's a beautiful shop, and Rye itself, if you're ever in this part of the country, is just lovely to have a mooch around. It really is a quaint place. So I was lucky enough to be in Rye just a few weeks ago, and my husband is lovely, as you well know. He's lovely. He knew that I wanted to go there, and he let me have a sort of a wander around, and then he came in, and he's such an influencer on me in a positive way, which I think is quite unusual when it comes to husbands and fabric. But I'm like because it's they do have some investment pieces, they do have some remnant bins, they have some and some entry-level fabrics as well, and I'd seen this beautiful fabric, which I can't remember if I showed you. I think I might have showed you in the recent fabric haul, I'm not sure, but this is absolutely delicious. It's an iCat fabric, and it feels like double gauze because it's so soft and so lightweight. It's absolutely stunning. And you remember I made the Peppermint magazine lounge set in the panda fabric on the top, and then a sort of viscose in the bottom, never to be worn together. But I was toiling that in order to make this, and I love it. So I'm going to put some footage in here, and certainly a picture of me wearing it. So I think this is the bottoms. Yep. So I made, this is the lounge pants here. I did go to town on the pattern matching, actually, just because it's such a distinctive pattern. I wanted to make sure that was right. So even the pockets are, I'm not sure they're going to pick up very well on the camera, but even the pockets are In fact, I think it's making my camera do strange things. But yeah, yeah, love these. Honestly, these are so soft. I haven't had a chance to wear them yet, actually. And then I made the top as well. Now I really like the look of a matching co-ord. I think I've mentioned that before. I would go to town on joggers and sweatshirts and things like that. And these two together, we're going to hold them up together, are just magic for me. Yeah, the monochrome. I don't have, excuse me, I don't have a lot of black or white or grey. Oh no, grey I do. Well, I like grey as a colour, but I don't actually have a huge amount of it. But these two together, it's quite a slouchy look, but I think it's really chic and sleek, and above all comfortable. So that is the Lounge Set by Peppermint magazine, which is a free pattern, and I still absolutely applaud the detail they've put into the free pattern there. I'm going to be making the Paddington top very soon. That's their latest free pattern, and that's just lovely. Raglan sleeves, quite a statement. Yeah, raglan, quite statement sleeves, sort of nice, nice neckline and things. I meant to show you on here. This does actually come with a facing for the top, but actually I decided to bias-bind that instead. And because it's a lovely sort of high-low, sort of a high-low hem, I also bias bound the hemline as well there, just because it was easier, particularly on the back piece here, to get this curve. I don't know if you can really see that, but it was so much easier and neater to get that than trying to turn them up, that up on itself. It's all that makes it a super quick make. Actually, I wasn't going for quickness in my sewing adventure there, but that's what I did. I'm going out tonight actually. I may well wear that out for the first time this evening. But yeah, really happy with that. Then I had a little venture into swim and sportswear. Now I'll leave a link above here. I have made the Powerbra and the Tempo tights from Greenstyle Creations before, and really like it. And in my recent fabric haul, I'll see that you may remember that I had a number of swimwear fabrics fabrics from Rainbow Fabrics. Sadly, they don't have them in stock at the moment. Hopefully they'll go back to having them again. They principally buy dead stock fabrics, so they can only get what they can get at the time, I guess. But so I chose to make, and I do have a picture of this for you, I chose to make the Powerbra here out of, so the fabrics I bought, this was from Rainbow Fabrics, as was this, and I really wanted to sort of coordinate, if you like, and make some matching aesthetics and swimwear. So I have actually, so I've done a few things with this. I've actually added foam. It's called bra foam. Hang on, I got a piece of it on my windowsill. Oh, I've just showered my windowsill with stuff all over the floor now. So this is what's left of it. So it's quite thin foam, but I added that as part of the lining. I just basted it onto the lining piece and then treated it as one piece, because I wanted to have a bit more structure, and then I just didn't want my nipples showing, if I'm honest. Just wanted to give myself a bit more coverage. Probably too much information for you there, but that's what I've done it for. And then it's fully lined, which I don't think you have to do, but I did. And I chose to line it quite funkily in the patterned fabric. And that's principally because I had 2 meters of this fabric and only 1 meter of the black, so I ran out of fabric really. And then my favourite thing really is the straps. So you've got double crossover straps there, which I don't think I took a picture of, which is mad. So I might have to add those to my Instagram feed, because I haven't got pictures of that right now. But for a big chested lady, finding a sports bra, or a bra generally actually, that's got a lot of lovely detail in it, and makes it pretty, is quite unusual, and that's why I liked the straps on this, because it just makes it look really nice. I'm so pleased with the fit on this. So I actually wear this in conjunction with these. Just going to turn them around the right way. And these are the bottoms from the Waimea W-A-I-M-E-A Waimea Rash guard. I'm not saying that right, I don't think. So the rash guard is one of Greenstyle Creations patterns. There's rash guard top and shorts. So these are the shorts from that pattern, and I love them. Again, you can see I've done the colour coordination. Now these are ever so simple to make. They are lined. You've got a number of different options in the design, and this is the high waistband option. It's got no elastic in it or anything, but they fit like a dream. It's a bit strange because they've got pockets as part of the design. I am not sure what I'd use those pockets for. In fact, I don't use them as pockets, but it's a really sweet feature. And again, I have got a picture of me. And again, they are fully lined, so probably not reversible, I wouldn't say, but they're pretty nonetheless. And they are made by, you sew the elastic to the outside, or right side together if you like, and then turn it to the inside, and then zigzag stitch that. So if I made it again, I would overlock it, then put the elastic on, and then turn it, so that you don't end up with a raw edge. So that's just my inexperience of making swimwear, I think. Because actually sometimes I don't even add elastic, just don't feel like I don't seem to need it. But yeah, really pleased with these, and I've worn these loads. So I wear this as a bikini. I haven't tried running in this. I've done the straps a little bit looser, if I'm honest, and I've done the waistband a little bit looser, because I found the compression fit of my running Powerbra is just really difficult to get in and out of, and it's kind of put me off wearing it, if I'll be truthful. Although I could, and I do. But yeah, so that's my bikini for the summer, and I've worn that a number of times. And then, as part of the continuation of that set, I made the Waimea, I don't know, I wish I could say that right. Wish I'd looked it up before I came filming, sorry. I made the t-shirt, which is brilliant fun, and there are a number of options for how to do this one. You can make it all in one plain colour, you can obviously reverse, you can do the sleeves, you can do whatever you like really in terms of mix and matching on the colour scheme there, but I love it, absolutely love it. It was a dream to make, really simple, the instructions are amazing, did the whole thing on my overlocker, and yeah, it's just brilliant. So I wear that with obviously these two pieces, so that I've got some sun coverage when I remember to do that, because I want to look after my skin a little bit more, but it turns out I absolutely love the sun. So, but I do need to look after my skin, as I guess we all do. And then finally, in this sort of cord set, I made the leggings as well. And these are the Tempo tights, which are a dream. I run in these all the time. I've worn these, yeah, twice a week since I made them really. Now these have got pockets, and these are genius, these pockets, big enough to put your phone in and your house key and things like that, and running gels and stuff. I just love the coordination of that, and the colour blocking I've done there as well. Definitely my favourite. The fabric itself is a little bit more slippery than the matte lycra I made the last pair out of, so I do find that they tend to slip down a little bit. Now I think they're not actually slipping down, I think they're just moving a tiny bit, and it just makes me feel like they are slipping down, so I end up hoiking them up a little bit when I run. Now there is an option to put clear elastic in here in order to reduce that, and I might do that, add some clear elastic just to tighten them up a little bit, but not really. I ran a 10k in them on Monday on my own, and once you get into the rhythm of running and your clothes sit where you want them to, I tend to find that's not a problem. So just my bundle here. Just love this set, and you know, the first time I wore the set running, I literally got up onto the cookie trail, which is where I run, and the first dog walker I saw, never met her before in my life, said morning. I said morning. She said, I love your gear, can I have some? The running gear, that is, I ought to stress. And I said, I made it. I'm like running, so I wasn't expecting to speak to her. I was just like, morning. And she said, can you make me some? I'm like, oh. And I'd run off by then. Isn't that lovely though? Gosh, what an impact I must have made. And then the final thing I wanted to talk to you about, which I have no idea how I'm going to show you. So I think I might just put it on whilst I film. I'm a sucker for punishment is all I'm going to say right here. So I have always wanted, I'm thinking, what is this? I've always wanted one of those, you know, as a kid, when you go to the pool and your mum puts that big towel over you, the sort of poncho towel thing. I've always wanted one of those, and actually I see in the surf shops and things that actually it's a thing. So this sort of grown up thing, and then you can get those really big coats that are enormous and very expensive. I thought I can make one of those. So I have. So I literally went to my local Tesco's here in Hailsham. They had a range of range of towels for sale. So I bought 2 bath mats, and now this is funny because you'll see in a second, I've used the remnants. I honestly hadn't planned it that way, but I've used the remnants of this fabric to line the hood. So are you ready for this? Because I haven't taken any pictures of this or anything. This is what they call an hoodie. I'm going to put it on. I'm going in. Are you ready? Are you still there? Oh, the things I do. Things I do. Let me just move this back a little bit. You can see the untidiness of my sewing room. So, hang on, I'm coming back. So I know you can't see my head, but I'll sit down in a minute and I'll show you that. So this is literally, sorry, hand over the, just wanted to see the bottom there. So this is literally 2 bath towel size made into a hoodie. Let me tip you back up again here. Hang on. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down with it. Sit down with it on. Now it's got a hood, like that. Really simple arms, kangaroo pocket on there, and this is utterly delicious. I love the touch of colour that I've put into that. I love the brightness of what I've created. It's super snuggly. For those of you that are seaside goers in England, you'll know that we do have rare days of absolutely amazing sunshine and no wind, but more often than not it's warm enough to be there, but the wind is a little bracing. And certainly when you get out of our sea, which is not of a Mediterranean temperature, you're cold very quickly. And this is genius. It's also genius because it's your own mobile changing room right here. You literally you literally can put your arms in and get changed and nobody would know. None of that awkward holding up of towels, etc, etc. So the pattern for this is another free pattern, and this is the Billie jumper, I want to say, the Billie hoodie from, I think, DIBY. Now, if I've got that wrong, I do apologise because I genuinely should have looked that up before I came on here, but I will make sure I put the details here. And it is, it's very easy to make. It's a unisex pattern. There are not that many sizes in it. And I made the medium, I think. It's a small, medium, large and extra large off the top of my head. So I'm so sorry, I should have looked that up before I came on. But basically, it's pretty much, if you imagine a bath sheet, I made it to the size of the bath sheet I got. The kangaroo pocket is part of the pattern, as is the hood. Now you've got some amazing options. You don't have to have the hood, you can just put a neckband on it. It actually comes with an extension piece to make this full sleeved. Is that right? Because I made this as an hoodie for my daughter, and I made it out of 2 fleece blankets at Christmas. And actually there's a picture of her on my opening credits wearing that, but I didn't need the sleeves, and therefore I then decided just to bias-bind the edges, just to add a little, I don't know, a little something, a little je ne sais quoi, and also to edge the pockets here as well, because you can line it. It doesn't have to be lined. You can make an unlined version, and the instructions for a free pattern are out of this world. So good. And I also edged the bottom as well, because as I discover, and my house discovered, that working with working with toweling, it goes everywhere, absolutely everywhere. In fact, I actually made this sitting outside. It was such a beautiful day, and I set my sewing machine up on my table outside. I'll put a picture in here somewhere if I remember. Sewing outside. I sent a picture of it to the girls in Felicity Fabrics. We've got this lovely WhatsApp group where we send messages every day, and one of the girls said, she said, this is all the evidence I need. I was trying to convince my husband that this was a thing, and here is the evidence. And another one of them said that she said to her husband that they needed to get a table that would be suitable to do it, and all that sort of stuff. It was just lovely. But I've worn it loads. It's super soft, and I tell you what, the towels themselves were £8 each, so £16. And when I was in Dartmouth recently on a holiday in a day, it's a ridiculous distance to travel to go to Dartmouth, but we go there just for the day because we love it, and they were £54 in Salt Rock, I think it's called. So I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have some of that. And then obviously I made the hood, made the lining using remnants, which we've all got enough remnants to make hoods, haven't we? Can't make that sit nicely now. The hood doesn't sit as nicely as sort of the Stella hoodie or anything like that. Yes, granted, it doesn't sit as comfortably, but it works. It's very, very functional. So there you go. That's my crazy amount of second makes, probably finishing in not the most glamorous outfit I've ever made, but the most functional, I suppose. But it works really well with everything else I've made in terms of swimwear. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe because I love having you here. Welcome to all my new followers, and thank you for being here if you've been here for since the beginning. I very much appreciate it. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram, where I am at SoSoMad, and I would love it if you could buy me a coffee over on my Kofi account, details of which are all in the inbox below. Everything that you guys can invest in my channel comes straight back to you in terms of content, and I very much appreciate that. Coming up next, I have, believe it or not, got a stash already, a pile of new work in progress, things cut out, ready to go, following on from my fabric haul that I showed you a few weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to sharing those with you. Until then, stay safe and well, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.